Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. You guys, this is going to be the quickest recipe that I've ever done on this channel. So I've just had this really weird craving for tomato and drop soup. So that's what we're gonna be cooking today, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to make it. So over here, I just have 2 large tomatoes. If you're new to this channel, I'm gonna include all of the ingredients in the description box below so you guys can follow along and just enjoy the video. So I'm just gonna cut up 2 large tomatoes into wedges. It doesn't matter how many wedges, but these are like huge tomatoes, so I'm just gonna go until they're like smaller. So I'll count them out. I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 8. So I'm gonna do that with the other one, and then I'm just gonna put this pot on like medium. Throw some olive oil in there, and then I'm going to, you can either grate or chop up half a garlic clove. I'm just gonna chop it up because honestly, grating things makes me like anxious because I feel like I'm gonna hurt my finger. I know knives are dangerous, but y'all, have you ever like sliced your finger on a grater? It's the worst. So I'm just gonna chop this up super finely while that pan is heating up. I like to add the olive oil after the pan is hot, or the pot, it's not really pan, because I don't wanna burn the oil. So just gonna mince it up a little bit more. It's not that serious, it doesn't have to be that small. I kind of want to use more, but with these pregnancy like symptoms and waves of nausea, I don't want to like suddenly stop hating or start hating garlic and be like, oh, I don't want to eat this. Okay, so that should be good. Yeah, I'm just gonna use half a clove. So my pots take no time to heat up, so I'm just gonna put in some olive oil. I'm just eyeballing it. If you guys are new here, I eyeball everything because I've just been doing this for a while, so I just feel like I have a better hold on eyeballing than I do measuring. It's really strange. So actually I'm gonna put in the tomatoes first. And then chop this other one up. Let that start cooking down a little bit. You don't cook it too long because you want your tomato to still have some girth to it. You don't want like, even though it's a soup, you don't want like a soupy, mushy, nasty tomato. So kind of still want it to have some body and some life. Yep, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and add this one and then just kind of start sauteing those tomatoes for a couple of
minutes. Trust me, I don't like being alone, thinking of ringing your line.
So this is what you want your tomatoes to look like. You can kind of see they've still like held their shape, but they've also got some cooked down texture as well, and then some of those juices have started to simmer. You guys, this recipe is so easy. So once you kind of start to see the skin separating from the tomatoes, I'm just gonna go ahead and add 6 cups of, I know I'm measuring, you guys, incredible, right? 6 cups of chicken stock. So we're gonna do 1, and then I'm gonna bring that to a boil. The cool thing about this recipe, or just like making egg drop soup in general, 4, is that you kind of make this like vortex. Was that 5? I think that was 5, and this should be 6. Make this vortex of like the hot soup, and then you drop in your eggs, and then you stir it, and that's what makes the eggs cooked. It's weird. It's kind of hard to explain, but you just gotta stick with this video to see what I'm talking about. It's really cool. Okay, that should be 6. Now I'm gonna crank this heat up to high and let this completely boil. Once this boils, we'll move on to our eggs. Once we do the vortex, cool little shindig there, we're gonna do some cornstarch to thicken it up, our peppercorn. You can use just a white peppercorn if you don't want like, it's hard to explain, like white is just more subtle. Also, if you don't like the color of the black pepper, you can just opt out for the white, but I just have this like tri-colored peppercorn, so I'm just gonna stick with that. Then we're gonna use some, did I say soy sauce already? Soy sauce, pepper, cornstarch, and that's it. And then we're done. And then that is going to be my pregnancy dinner. I am so excited to eat this. So I'm just gonna let this boil, and then we move on to the next step.
I wish you would come home. I just need to balance my space. I just need to protect my space with you. Okay.
Our Broth is boiling, so this is what you want everything to look like. Over here I have some soy sauce and some salt just to taste after the fact. Our 3 peppercorn, and then 2 eggs, and then our 2 spring chopped onions. So I also did, I took some of the broth out into this little cup and mixed it with the cornstarch, because sometimes when you put the cornstarch into like the mass liquid, it's harder to like break it down, if that makes any sense. If you've done it, then you know what I'm saying. But now I'm gonna show you guys the vortex. So you just, it's gonna be hard to do because I'm right-handed. Okay, I'll stir with this hand and I'll crack with this hand. So you just wanna stir it and create literally a vortex. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this with my right hand. You wanna create a vortex. Like that, boom. And while it's still stirring, you want to drop the egg in and then stir it again.
What?
Yeah, this is gonna be so bomb. And so you want it to cook in like a stringy way, if that makes any sense, and that's why you keep stirring it, because you're pulling that egg into a circle and it's gonna be stringy and delicious. So now we're gonna do that with egg number 2. Just repeat the same thing. Hope that you get the timing right, because you gotta work fast. Boom. And then just stir it up again in that circle so you get those strings. Now you're gonna let that cook a little bit, but while it's cooking, we're gonna start seasoning. So I'm gonna go ahead and add our 2 spring onions. And I'm also gonna do our soy sauce. We're gonna add all of like the flavor first, and then we're gonna thicken it up. So do the onions, do the soy sauce. You're supposed to add 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna eyeball this. Okay. Stir it up. Oh my god, that looks so, oh my god, I just want to dig it now, but I know it's so hot. That looks really good. And it smells so good. Oh my god, y'all, the soy sauce in here. Wow. So now I'm gonna add my pepper. Just a couple, boop, 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 those. And then some salt to taste. This is coarse ground. You can use whatever you have. Not picky about the salt. Alrighty. And we're gonna stir that all up, and then we're gonna add the cornstarch to thicken it just a bit. And then you guys, that is going to be it. I love the addition of this spring onions because it gives us some color, but I love the flavor of green onions too. Beautiful. That looks so freaking good. I wish you guys could smell this. I hope y'all are making this right now because it smells so, so good. Especially if you're like an egg drop soup addict like I am. Oh my god. You're gonna fall in love with this recipe. So now I'm just gonna turn the heat off, let it do its thing, and then plate up so we can all eat, and that is going to be the end, but I will show you guys what it looks like in its bowl.
Hey, yeah, I didn't. Would've never got here if I didn't. It's what you gotta say, so we ain't sitting around fighting about who gets credit when we could be finding our own wave, finding our own lane. That's why you just tell me what I need to hear. You know I don't like being alone.